Hi again, everyone. Now we're moving on to our next lesson, which is going to be calculating scale factor. You see, in the last lesson, the scale factor was given to you. And what I mean by that is, and I know that you've just done this, but if I gave you a shape, I'll go again with a triangle. It's just easy to draw. And let's say this side was 10 centimeters. And I told you the scale factor was 4. And so I'm saying to you now, what is the new length of the similar side? Well, all you had to do was you would take 10 centimeters, you would multiply it by the scale factor, and that would tell you the missing side or the new side, and that would give you 40 centimeters. Well, in this question, or in this lesson, what's going to happen is it's kind of, I guess, somewhat the opposite. This time what's going to happen is you're going to be given two shapes where you'll know this side, and now I'll know, so those two sides are similar. And the question is going to be, well, what is the scale factor? So in this case, you are simply going to be doing somewhat the opposite, where you're going to be given two measurements and you must find out what the scale factor is. So what are we doing here? I just want to draw your attention to basically right here. We are going to be using proportions again, or cross, multiply, and divide. If you are solid at that skill by now, and I kind of have to assume that you are, you will not find very much trouble with this section. So let's go on to an example. Remember, we are now finding the scale factor. Okay, so example 1. Adam is drawing a scale drawing of a staircase. On the drawing, the height of one stair is 0.5 centimeters. That's pretty small. While the actual height in real life is 20 centimeters. What was the scale factor that Adam used? Okay, now I'm going to help you set this up, and here's how you're going to do this. I can give you two ways. What I like to do sometimes is I like to think to myself, I draw it out. So what I know here is I'm just going to draw out some stairs. Okay, and I know it's just one stair, everyone. So we know on the drawing, the height of one stair was 0.5 centimeters. Now in real life, and of course in real life the stairs are going to be much bigger, it says to you the actual height of a stair is 20 centimeters. And they want to know, well, what the heck is the scale factor? What I can have you do, I find this way to be much easier. What I have found works, and I know it's kind of contradictory to what is written right here, and I will show you that in a minute, but what I was taught to do is simply this. I take the actual and I simply divide it by the drawing. And if you do that, you would take, sorry, I have to kind of, my beautiful stairs are in the way. I would go 20 centimeters, and I would divide it by 0.5 centimeters. And of course, that would give you 40. That means the scale factor in this case was 40. If I just put that in a different context, just to prove to you that it works, because, again, I'm not following the notes that are printed out here. If I had this is my drawing, and on my drawing, this side of the triangle is 200 centimeters. Well, in real life, well, now I'm really going to run out of room. The actual length of that triangle is, let's say, 2,000 centimeters. And someone says to you, okay, well, what's the scale factor? What I always do is, this is my drawing. This is real life, okay, or actual. And so what I always do is I say it's actual divided by drawing. And if you do that in this case, you would go 2,000 centimeters divided by 200 centimeters. And at the end, you will not have any units because the centimeters cancel out. But anyway, you're going to get an answer of 10. The scale factor in this case is 10. So look, if you're happy with that, don't even watch the next part, the next little bit that I'm going to say. But some people prefer this method which is about cross multiplying and dividing. So this is different now. So what they use now is this. They go drawing over actual, and they always equate it to 1 over x, and x is going to be your unknown. So if I put that in the context of this question, what is our drawing? It says here, I forgot now, on the drawing, the height of the stairs is 0.5. So drawing is on top, so I would go 0.5. The actual measurement in real life was 20. I guess I could put centimeters if I want. And on the right-hand side, you always would put 1 over x. This is your cross multiply and divide scenario, where you find your diagonal, which has both numbers, which would be the 20 and the 1. 20 times 1 is 20. You would divide by 0.5, and you would get 40. You see, it's the same answer as I got last time. To me, it seems like a little bit of extra work. Either way, personally, everyone, I like the actual divided by drawing way. That's what I would do. Now, no matter what you're doing, I do have to point this out. This is very important. When you try to figure out the scale factor, you must be in the same units. And they're going to try to sneak this on you where you're going to have feet, inches, centimeters, meters, blah, blah, blah. And you're going to have no idea what's going on. So I'll show you here in example 2. Tara drew a diagram of her bedroom. In the diagram or drawing, the longest wall is 8.5 inches. But in real life, or actually, it measures 12.75 feet. And the problem is you see, you have inches and you have feet. And you can't use that to figure out a scale factor. So if you look at her bedroom, so let's say this is her drawing. And let's just say this is the bed. This is the longest wall. In her drawing, it's 8.5 inches. In real life or actual, the problem is that wall is 12.75 feet. The conflict you have is that one of them is in inches and one of them is in feet. Therefore, you cannot do this. So what you must do, and this is a skill from a previous unit, you must be able to convert units of measurement. Now, what you can do is you could take the inches and change them into feet. Or you could take the feet and change them into inches. It doesn't matter as long as whatever you do, everything is either in inches or everything is in feet. Now, for the sake of simplicity and keeping this quick, because I don't want you to sit here forever watching this, we know that 1 foot is 12 inches. 1 foot is 12 inches. This is from an earlier unit. I have to assume you know it. All you do is you take the 12.75 and you times it by 12 inches. So what we really know here, guys, is the drawing was 8.5 inches. When this value is converted, it's 153 inches. And I really hope you like my method better for finding a scale factor. My method is I go actual, and I divide it by the drawing, which again, I clearly recognize is different than that. I simply go 153 inches divided by 8.5 inches. And what you get is a clear answer of 18. So again, you're not getting any really hard, serious math here. I just would like you really to pay attention to the fact I'm openly admitting that you've been shown 2 ways to figure this out. One is my way. Mine is the actual over the drawing. The other way is using the cross multiply and divide. I really hope you find my way to be simplistic. Let's give you some practice for you really solidify this unit or this topic of study.